Hey guys,
guys,
welcome to the Family Unplugged with Jazz.
and Vanna. Let's get ready to unplug. This is rude.
Um, Bobby is the star here. He is our feline.
He has no icon.
He is. He's popping. Right, Bobby? He got the best stories. All right. He's sitting behind Savannah, but we can't really see him.
He said hi.
Say hi,
Okay.
Bobby. Say hi. Say hi to the people. Well, anyway, so let's get into our stories for tonight. Hopefully, we get through all of them. If not, we'll save them for next time. All right. Do you want to start it off?
Sure. He's in my ear.
He's trying to find a comfy spot where he can listen in.
He don't listen to nothing.
He wants to be a part of this.
Okay, go be on the other side. Okay. So this one is from Mother-in-Law's from Hell. And it says, Mother-in-law says, my house, your rules don't apply. It's school holidays here. During term time, we have 80% custody of stepson. School holidays 50-50. Both me and my dear husband work full time. I have been stepmother to stepson who is 10 for almost half his life now. During this time, got stepson assessed and diagnosed with ADHD. Since treatment, he's doing so much better, able to concentrate at school, and no longer am I getting called by the school for incidents.
Okay, wait. So once they got custody of the child, they went and got the child tested.
They have 80% custody
Oh,
during term time.
drawing terms.
So this is not a US, like they're not in the states. They're not in
Okay.
these states. So I guess term time is like during like school, like the
Yeah.
school year and stuff like that, and then during school holidays, so like Christmas, New Year's, all that stuff, they have 50-50.
Okay.
So between the mom and
So they split. Okay.
yeah. And then this is from the point of view of the stepmother.
Okay. So really the father has the custody.
Yeah,
Okay.
the father has custody, but she's been his stepmother for half his life. He's 10 now.
Okay.
So, and they just assessed to him for ADHD.
Okay.
And now he's getting treatment.
That's what I have.
Treatment?
No, ADHD. Never got treatment. Hi, Bobby.
Prior to our relationship, husband was a solo dad who lived with mother-in-law. Due to the ADHD, we have pretty strict rules around internet and gaming, parental controls on everything. When his meds wear off, especially over time, he's impulsive and he's 10. Mother-in-law agreed to have stepson for a couple of days to allow us to work. She lives 30 minutes away. 2 of her adult children and 3 of her grandchildren also live there, one being a couple months younger than stepson. Okay. Day 1, I get multiple messages requesting I unlock his device 24/7. Mind you, I'm working, and she knows this. I say no. After consulting husband, we agree for a couple more hours. Day 2, I get an email at 6 a.m. requesting more time to be unlocked, automatic system, as child has been playing since prior to 4 a.m. I messaged mother-in-law in a group chat with husband that I would not be adding more time, that he already had double than normal, and that this was a dual decision we had also made with his mother. Excessive time changes stepson's mood. She sent a message saying to come get stepson. She didn't care about our rule. It was her house. I did not respond after this, but told husband to sort out his mother. Several more messages from her saying she didn't care about our parenting decisions. Husband stood up for me and told her her behavior toward me was uncalled for. She has not apologized, and we've collected stepson who is going into alternative care. She wonders why she doesn't have our other child, but we wanted her to maintain a relationship with stepson. There's a million other things she's done, but this was my last straw. I've told husband she's not welcome here until she apologizes. Reminded husband that I saved him from that chaos today. I also checked I also checked that I wasn't overreacting from a with a neutral party too. Husband independently did the same, and the person he consulted with said he better have my back. Reminder to always vet your in-laws, not just your partner. Set boundaries and stick to them. Yours and your children's well-being is far more important than another relationship, especially an adult.
Well, first of all, the fact that even the child's mother even agreed with her, because I was looking for that, like, does the child mother agree with this?
Yeah, like
But she said,
how does the mother feel? I feel
right,
like
she
if
said the mother agrees with her. So it's like, you as a grandma, like, you're literally just a grandma.
but
Know your
even but
boundaries.
even if the mother doesn't agree with it, that's the husband's mom,
I understand, but
right?
at the end
That's
of the
the husband's
day,
mom. So it's
husband, mom,
but it's
husband,
kind of
they
but
have
what
to
I'm saying
agree.
is yeah, but what I'm saying is one of those things where it's like if I'm telling you like, hey, he has really bad ADHD, when his medicine wears off, like these things happen, and we have these plans set in order, and you don't talk to my ex-wife, you don't talk to his mom, but you're my mom, so I'm telling you this is this is how it is, so that he's safe, so that everything else works accordingly, because she said
But
access, like giving him
there's
more time is going
certain,
to change his mood.
yeah,
For her
but
to just be like, well, I don't care, it's just like
no, no, no. But there's certain elderly, right? There's certain groups, right? Old school, let's say, right? That do not believe in giving restrictions or ADHD or things of that nature, which is why I am not. I was never treated. I was never diagnosed as a child. I was diagnosed as an adult, which is why my siblings wasn't treated and diagnosed, because that that wasn't mental health wasn't a thing back then. You understand? So the grandma probably sees it as, oh, you guys are just trying to be strict and trying to baby the child. But I'm just being the devil's advocate here. I get it. As a mother, at the end of the day, that's my child.
that's what I'm
And you're
saying.
going to do what I
But
tell
then
you to do,
exactly,
or
but
you're
then
not going to ever see my
you're
child
not
again.
you're not respecting boundaries. Like
Right. I get it.
even if you don't believe like he doesn't have ADHD, like yada yada yada, that's still my boundaries. I'm still telling you like these are things that I implement in his life in general. And then they're saying
Exactly.
the mom also. So this is he goes by this everywhere he goes. When he's at his
Exactly.
mom's house, when he's at his dad's house. So for you to take him into your house and just be like, play whenever you want and keep requesting the parents give him more time, is just like you don't care
Yeah,
on top of that
you're not respecting me.
at all, because like there's no like you're not giving any type of respect back, because
That's
I'm
true.
telling you this is like there's parental for her to be getting, she's getting messages
Yeah, back to
to unlock
back.
his thing 24/7 on day 1. Day 2 she got an email at 6 a.m. requesting
That's
more
kind of
time,
crazy.
saying he's been playing since 4 a.m.
That's
Then there's
that's
no like
wild.
you're not like personally when grandma used to have us, we had to go to bed at a certain time, you know what I'm saying, like grandma still there was still
I
some
mean,
type
she
of
did fight me
rules.
though. She like I'm just, understanding from the grandma's point too. Grandma used to fight me. Like behind job back. I used to go through it with mommy. She used to be
We
like,
did.
"Oh, you're being so mean. Why they gotta go to sleep at 8 o'clock? Why they gotta go to sleep at 9? Oh, you're doing this. Oh, that's not how I raised you. La 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 la. Oh, it didn't. You guys going to sleep at whatever hours. It didn't do anything to you guys. So, like, I get it. I get both ends. I'm more towards the parents, obviously, like because I was one of those mothers, you
Yeah,
know, and grandparents should know boundaries.
but
I
even
hope
there's
when
not
I
only
get
grandma in the
older, I
house.
know, boundaries.
There's not only grandma in the house. There's 2 adult children and 3 grandkids that live there. And one of the
But
kids
there's no
is
structure.
younger than, like, a couple months younger. So there's other people in the house, and nobody seems to realize, like, yo, this kid has ADHD. Like, he's gonna be
No, because
bouncing
they
off
don't
the
see it
walls
like
if we
that.
don't.
And there's no structure. When there's no structure in a home, that's really hard. It looks like abuse to them. It looks like abuse. There was never any structure in grandma's house. And it looked like I was abusing y'all. Why are you sending them to bed so early? They'll be fine. It's the weekend.
We have bedtime on the weekend.
Yeah, you did. It was like 2 hours later than your regular time, but you had bedtime. Mama needs some time. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't do nothing. All right, well, for the next one, this is from the subreddit entitled People. Did I say that right? All right. I'm learning Reddit. My sister-in-law thinks she's entitled to her late husband's first girlfriend's house. What? Did I read that right? My sister-in-law thinks she's entitled to her late husband's first girlfriend's house. Dot dot dot. Okay. For context, my brother-in-law, 47, when it happened, chose to end it all almost a year ago by jumping off a 12-story.
What?
Ooh, he was a multi-millionaire, a banker in Dubai, and he was living there with
Dubai.
his family, coming over from the UK every now and then. Wow, that's sad. R.I.P. to the brother-in-law. They were very cliquey and always act like they were so much better than us because I'm disabled, unable to work due to my health, and my husband is a blue collar. Always. Oh, you guys, I'm just now finding out that blue collars and white collars are not the same. Please do not judge me. Um, white collars is like corporate America, what I do, you know. And then blue collar is more like hardworking, like what Khalif does. You get it?
I didn't know what that was in the first place. I just knew when they say,
It's
like,
the
oh,
type of
he's like,
workers like
I just know when they mention collar, they were talking about somebody poor most of the time,
somebody poor.
or like not rich.
No, white collar is corporate America. We work in offices. We work. We it's a little bit more. I wouldn't say more money because it has nothing to do with money. It's just the type of work that you're doing. It's not hands on. And then blue collar is more hands on. It's more like the type of work that Khalif does. You deal more with the public and things of that nature. Yeah. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but
I
let me
didn't
know
know.
in the
I didn't know what
comments.
that was,
Just
anyways.
don't judge me. Anyways, last year we received a phone call nobody wants to answer. When it happened, my brother in law's wife, Amy, started calling people to collect money my late brother in law, Paul, gave her years ago.
What?
I don't know. That sentence is kind of weird. For example, Paul gave a childhood friend years ago, if not decades, 2K to get back on his feet. Oh, I guess she didn't mean to say gave her. She meant to say gave years ago. Like like she was collecting money that people owed Paul.
Hmm.
So, for example, Paul gave a childhood friend years ago, if not decades, 2K to get back on his feet. After years of active addiction, she contacted him to say she wanted the money now because she wanted her kids to stay in public school. For the US readers, it means private and posh. It can be up to 4K a year, 40K a year. So public school over there means private and posh, and it can be up to 40K a year. Oh, wow. So to come to my story, before Paul met Amy, he had a 20-year relationship with Lucy. He bought a house together with a mortgage, and their arrangement was to split the repayments 50-50. There was a clause saying that if one person would pass before the other person, there was some repayments to be made, and insurance would pay the rest on the deceased behalf, which is what happened. Since the first girlfriend, Lucy, paid her bit, it was only Paul's part that was not paid, as he remortgaged his part of the house with Lucy to get another house with Amy. Let's go to the good part. Now Amy is big mad. She big mad. she put. She got her brother to inbox my husband to say the insurance money is hers and we are stealing from her kids. Wow, she big mad. She knows full well we don't see Lucy at all. She lives with she live in walls. Therefore, she doesn't want anything to do with our family unless we get Lucy to change her mind and give Amy the insurance money. How dare she? I understand Amy is grieving, but I feel like it's an excuse and she knows it. Please let me know your thoughts. Any advice would be greatly appreciated too. Um, F off. Amy need a F off. Because what? The agreement is if any of them was to pass, wait, hold on, let me go back to it. If any of them was to pass, the insurance would have to pay their bit. And Lucy already paid her part. He went and remortgaged his part of the house so he can get a house with Amy. So really, in reality, Amy owes.
Does this man not have a will? Why is she calling people for money?
Right.
Does she not have money if she own? She broke.
Well, she probably wasn't on his will.
But even with that, right? Even on your will, it tells you like how to take care of this stuff.
Right.
If you
And
give
it
him
seems
money out,
like I don't know. I
and
mean, people
even
grieve differently, but I don't know if that's grieving. If you
this
going
isn't grieving.
around,
This is broke and greedy.
yeah, exactly.
This
Like
is
you can't just go
greedy.
around collecting money that was owed to him 5,000 years ago.
He gave his friend what?
He gave his childhood friend years ago, if not a decade, $2,000.
And she wants it back for what? To bury him?
If I was his
He
friend,
don't
I would
have.
be like,
He don't have.
"F
How is
off,
how
Amy."
is the writer related? That's what I'm lost about. How is the writer related to any of these people?
So
Because the person who died is her brother-in-law, but in the beginning you said my sister-in-law. So what?
my sister-in-law, yeah, because her brother-in-law was married to this sister-in-law, so that becomes her sister-in-law,
Okay,
Savannah.
so how is that her brother-in-law? Is that
Because
her
her husband's,
husband's
yeah,
brother?
yeah, like she said, she called her
So how
husband.
are they supposed to help her with Lucy?
That's what she's confused about, because she's like, Lucy doesn't even live here. She lives in Wales. So Amy is just trying to take her anger out on whoever it is, because in all reality, Amy owes money. If you really think about it, she owes that money to the insurance. The insurance paid off his debt, and it was all for her because it was all to move into a new home with her. I will flip it on her. All right, so top comment. Oof. If she's grieving, she's doing it in a weird way. She's being selfish, rude, and trying to claim back loans, quote unquote, that her husband has given as gifts. Period.
Exactly.
Unless there are clauses in his will which has no right to be going around making the which she has no right to be going around making demands. Right. I feel bad for her and the kids and your family in this terrible time, but she either processing things very oddly or she is just afraid she lost the goose that laid the golden egg. Woo! And I think that's what it is. She lost the person that actually, and OP actually responded to that. There was no will, and the 2K to the friend was definitely a gift. I knew straight away that we would never see the kids after saying goodbye to Paul sadly. All she did was complain he left her in shit, which means she now owns a 17th century refurbished barn with arched windows, private gym, and sauna. And that's only one of the properties in the UK.
Eh.
I offer her to come and take her and the kids to the cinema. I have I have 6 free cinema places per year with my bank account.
What the hell?
And
What
I
are you saying?
stay and I said I'll pay the drinks and popcorn. She said sure, brilliant, but it stopped her there. Okay. It's just the way they word their sentences is kind of weird. But she can take a plane to Dubai for her friend birthday party with no problem, right? Dot 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 dot. Oh, yeah. She don't care.
How did he leave her in crap
If she has
this
all of
lady has a
that
private gym and a sauna. I want a private gym and a sauna. I have a
and a
bathtub.
refurbished barn with like the arch window, like that's really pretty.
We have raccoons.
Yeah, we
She can
have
have horses. We have
raccoons
raccoons.
and stray cats and
We
deers.
have Bobby.
We have deers. I love deers. They're so pretty.
My friend Nunu is scared of them.
I know. But I love them. Every time I see them, I'll be like, oh.
There's a video on a New Jersey thing on Instagram of two deers fighting.
Oh my God. I will stop them from fighting. I will get on my car like, hey, what are you doing? Hello?
You the crazy lady that's gonna end up on the news because one of the deers kicked you in your chest. End up like Superman.
And I'll still be in love with him.
Mm-mm.
He was so cute.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so somebody replied to OP and was like, I find it impulsive that he has no will.
He killed himself.
But come on, do the will before you kill yourself.
You don't think that through. That's not offing yourself is not something you think through. Like that's not something you like unless you like thoroughly planned how they're not gonna find you and all this other stuff.
That's
Unless like
kind of
you've been planning this for
crazy.
years. How did he do it? How did it say
He
he did it?
jumped off the
He didn't think that through if you
17th,
jumped off of anything.
a 12-story building.
He didn't think that through. That's not he didn't plan that. A
Yeah.
plan is like articulate, like you really like you went to a secluded area and you really like you did something for real. He weed off. Like it's
He
not
yeeted.
that's not exactly that's not something like that's not something you plan out. Like that's impulsive as it is.
Yeah.
His death was impulsive in general. So no, him having a will is gonna be impulsive because it wasn't planned. It was one of those things he was driving and he was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And he seen the building and he said, YOLO. And he did it. And now he doesn't live at all. You only live once. He
But
ended
how
that
did you
once.
put him in the car when he was in the 12th floor? He probably was like on a high rise,
Imagination.
drinking, chilling, and he was just like, F this. Woo! YOLO. Nah, RIP to him.
Are we? No,
No.
that's not.
Okay. No one accumulates wealth without some legal person along the way going, hey, you really need a draft of will. Here's a number. Just pay them and they'll do it for you. Quote, quote, quote. Right. OP said, as far as everyone knows, anyway, as far as I'm aware, Nobody mentioned a will since he passed. His passing was pretty brutal, to be honest. I don't know if he thought.
Exactly.
Why you laughing? I don't know if he thought about jumping before. I wish he
You
made
see what I'm
it.
saying?
I wish he
That's
had
not.
made a will. Things would be so much easier. I hope some money is in locked accounts for his kids. You know, one of them that are locked until they are 18. But
They tell you that.
neither her nor my husband nor his dad mentioned a will. Yeah, that's sad. It's crazy. So then she, like,
I'm
OP
laughing.
mentioned, like,
No.
she answered a lot of, he or she, yeah, she answered a lot of these commenters. Like, one of them was like, definitely a stench of gold digger, or be reasonable, do it my way, I'm right. And then she was like, my thought exactly. Since he passed, the only pictures are pictures of her and friends drinking champagne and trendy bars. Fair enough, everyone processes grief differently, and some don't want to seem to grieve in public. But to say the horrible way she lost her husband doesn't seem to have traumatized her. Hmm. Wait. I hate to ask the obvious, but was she the reason for the events? If
Um,
she's out living her best life, I would definitely see him just not having a reason to live. This woman sounds like someone that would have drawn someone to end their life. Wow. Sorry for the bluntness, but we all know those type of shallow, selfish, pres- pretentious, a tongue twister, confidence assholes. I'm not gonna say that tongue twisting word. She was like, as far as I know, it's money problem. Though important, though important, his intake were not as big as the outgoing. And problems with Amy, they've been exchanged for 2 years. Paul just been in an alcohol rehab, but Amy told him she still wouldn't take him back. Mm. So they haven't been together for 2 years. I don't know the details, is what I've heard. It happened over there, so I really have no idea except what was reported to me. I do think she pushed him to the limit as well. For example, she just blocked me on Facebook 5 minutes ago after I posted F You by Lily Allen. Oh, I guess that's a song. And I'm nothing to her, and she's already using her kids as pawns to get what she wants, which is money. So imagine from someone depressed, vulnerable, and for whom those kids are your life. I don't want to point fingers, but observing her behavior since those past days is worrying from my standpoint, anyways.
I. How old
Yeah,
was he when he passed?
he was 40.
He should. He has something. No. That no.
47.
It doesn't
He was
make no.
47.
That comment made me think though because he has to have something that she doesn't know about. And then you're saying they were estranged, right, for 2 years. He
Right.
has something.
He was an alcoholic.
But even with that, not that's not what I meant.
No, he had
What I
money
meant was
problems.
no, but money wise, right? You
Yeah, he
even
had
when
money
you have money
problems.
problems, you have to have lawyers, right? And
No.
but you said he was a banker.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know how fast it is to lose it all? He probably, aside from being a banker, he could be someone like, into trading or anything else. You know how fast it is to lose it all, especially you're an alcoholic,
Sure,
substance abuse.
sure.
Yeah, and he probably owed more than he had.
He's a multi-millionaire.
His family's a multimillionaires. No, he was a multimillionaire. But even multimillionaires, you know how fast it is for them to lose.
That's what I'm saying. So with that, right? He had money problems, right? Cool, whatever.
And then problems with his ex. Yeah.
But there's no way, right? Let's say he didn't lose it all, right? There's no way that he didn't have a will of some sort.
Yeah, there is. There's so many people that they don't think about that. First of all, people don't think their time is coming up, especially not that soon.
He ended it himself.
Yeah, but like you said, he wouldn't have thought that. That's not a
True.
plan.
True. I don't know. I just think like
No, you're thinking too far into it. You're thinking too far into it.
he didn't think far enough.
No dark jokes over here.
Because now his wife is over there asking his childhood best friend for 2,000 from like middle school. So I don't know. I think a lot of people in this story didn't think at all.
All right.
But I feel bad for the kids.
Next.
Yeah, I can't feel bad for the kids.
I do. I feel bad for the kids too because they're the ones that suffer.
Exactly. They're the ones that gotta like. Then on top of that, that's a horrible way. That's a horrible way to lose your parent.
That's very traumatic.
And I feel like
Amy needs to be worrying about putting those kids in therapy.
She ain't got no money for that.
She does. She partying.
She broke.
And she the wife. She getting money.
She ain't getting money. She asking his childhood best friend for 200K.
That's just her being an a-hole.
That's just mind boggling. Like I would hate. Like, can you imagine like your childhood best friend's wife calling you years later asking you for money that they gave you like years down the line to get their life back on track?
Yeah, I would look at the phone like, huh?
After he passed.
What?
I was like, girl. I'd answer the phone. I'd look at it. I'd be like, hello. They'd be like, hey, you remember your? I'd be like, sorry, wrong number.
Me no speak English.
They were like, oh, sale. Yeah, I'm gonna just start making stuff up. I don't know nothing about that.
All right, one more story, guys.
Okay, so there's one more story. So we have a variety. So okay. I'm gonna read the titles,
and then I'll pick.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay,
no, don't do that.
Don't be a hater. Okay.
From the Himalayas.
From the Himalayas.
Am I the a-hole for abandoning my niece because my sister wouldn't come and get her? Abandoning is in quotations. So I don't think he actually abandoned her. Okay. Am I the a-hole for telling my cousin he's ugly because he keeps questioning my boyfriend's sexuality? Am I the a-hole for telling my pregnant sister that I wanted nothing more to do with her baby shower? Or am I the a-hole for telling my sister that the world doesn't revolve around her miscarriage?
Am I the a-hole for telling my cousin he's ugly because he keeps questioning my boyfriend's sexuality? Alrighty.
This came out. Why did Reddit just tell me 2.7K are judging you right now? Judging me for what? What did I do? Where? It says it in the corner. Look.
Oh, well. It's potential a-holes.
That's something. Anyways, this was posted 5 hours ago. Am I the a-hole for telling my cousin he's ugly because he keeps questioning my boyfriend's sexuality? I am 22 female. I have been dating my boyfriend for around a year. My boyfriend is a model. He looks extremely unstrunguous. Period. I don't know what that means. And has long hair. I don't mind this at all, despite people seeing him as feminine. I see him as beautiful. And him being comfortable with his sexuality and letting me do makeup on him / paint his nails is a bonus.
Whoa.
Nope, don't say nothing. I don't want to get canceled.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing. Wait, she does his nails and his makeup?
He allows her to do it.
Okay. So like play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like one of those things was like, please, please, please. And he's like, sure, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a model. So I'm pretty sure he has to wear makeup regardless. Actors and all those, they have to so that the camera can see them as so they can look shiny.
Okay.
Wanna be shiny. You ever watch Moana?
No judgment here. This is a judgment-free zone.
Girl, boo. Don't lie.
Judgment-free zone.
We listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge. Period. Don't show the logo, because we're not sponsoring nobody for free. Period.
It's Duncan.
Hello? We do not sponsor.
They don't have to sponsor me. I love them already.
No, they need to pay me
They
for
don't
me
have
to
to
show
pay
them
me.
off.
It's okay.
Well, if you want to be broke, just say that.
No. I have money.
Okay, come on
to
on
buy
with
Duncan.
come on with the. Oh!
My dad and his girlfriend has
Oh.
met him. They are completely fine and never disrespected him because of the way he looks. I figured this was time for my boyfriend to meet the family at a birthday party last week because all my cousins have already have partners that they have introduced. We went and had fun. My boyfriend is social and was able to get along with most of my family just fine. So I thought everything was okay. I have an oldest cousin who is extremely traditional and obnoxious. We went eating yesterday with my dad and a few other cousins. He started interrogating me on my boyfriend's sexuality. It was extremely disrespectful. He was making fun of my boyfriend's hair, his build, his painted nails, his clothes, and even going to the point where he was questioning me on if my boyfriend was even into women. I'm not confrontational, especially with family, but this a-hole is effing annoying. He was nagging me and trying to make my relationship into a joke because my boyfriend isn't traditionally masculine. I told him at least my boyfriend isn't a fat, ugly F like him. He isn't a prize, so he should stop speaking. I could have gone farther below the belt, but my cousin shut up and I didn't want to cause further issues. The fact that he thinks it's okay to shame me when his girlfriend isn't the most attractive person yet I still treat her with nothing but kindness and grace is ridiculous. It's like he feels entitled to disrespect me because I'm the youngest and a woman. When we got home, my dad told me not to say anything next time because I already know my cousin is a dumb A-word. It wasn't even worth it. He said he gets that I am mad, but to next time let him handle it because I escalated the situation. So am I the a-hole?
No. First of all, you need to stand up for yourself and your boyfriend. Period. Okay.
This is a very
that's something I would have said to my
cousin. Not understanding, but this is a very not understanding, but it's a very open century to where we're very open to everybody being comfortable
with
however
their
skin.
They are. Yeah.
And there are a lot of men who are comfortable having some type of feminine to them. It doesn't mean they're gay. It just means that they're okay with having a more feminine look to them. Some men just naturally look more feminine. You know what I'm trying to say? Like there are men who like there's pretty boys. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like they're just men who look feminine. That's
and then there's fat F's who be hating.
and then there's people
just a hater.
And then there's people
that just sounds like hate.
who are haters and try to be like, oh, they're just traditional. That's not traditional. That's a hater. It's two different things. There's a difference between a traditional man who just. It's a difference because there's because there's men who are traditional, right?
Right.
Who feel as though, they stick to what they believe. But they're not going to sit there and be like, his hair is long. He's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't that's a hater. That's someone who isn't happy with themselves.
Exactly. And she had to give it to him straight.
If you're judging someone, Exactly.
I would definitely
And
tell
then
you,
you're
like,
sitting there judging me because my
what?
boyfriend
Did you
has
see your big back? Did you see your girl's big back?
your back.
Now you is not talking.
I know you're not talking
I
with the
mean, even
back
though
the
I got
same
a big
size
back,
of
but
a.
hey, I'm a pretty big back. Okay. It's okay to have a big back. Yeah, it's okay to have a big back. But he was a hater. He just sounded like a real big hater, and he got what was coming to him.
Exactly. I
You
don't think
talk
she
about
escalated the
my
situation. I
man.
don't think he escalated the situation. I think the
No,
situation got escalated when he decided to open his mouth and speak on someone else.
exactly. That's when the escalation happened.
And I think the whole conversation could have been avoided if he just minded his business.
Exactly.
And then it's being
Keep
like,
his
do you think he even
mouth
likes
shut.
women? Are you serious right now? Do you like
Like,
women? Do you like women?
do
Because I
you?
seen your girlfriend. That don't look like a girl. So I don't
Like,
know.
stop playing.
You might not even like him. You might have a crush on my man. Is that what you trying to tell me? You got a
Yes.
crush? You got a
Yup. That's
crush.
the
You like him too?
You like
You think
him
he
too?
cutesy?
Me too. Me
Right. Tell me something.
too.
You think he cutesy, don't you?
Yeah,
That's
very
what it's given.
demure, very
Cause
cute.
then she's saying,
Yeah.
like, she's like, his girlfriend ain't even the cutest. So it's like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you talking, but your girlfriend look more manlier than my man. So what's really the
Mm-hmm.
problem here? You jelly?
What's tea? What's tea?
You jelly?
What's tea?
What's tea? All right.
What's really tea? Well, guys, it
Top
was
comment?
really great.
Oh, I was gonna read
Oh,
top comment.
really? Oh,
Top comment.
I'm sorry.
Not the a-hole.
We're
Too
not reading
bad
yet.
you didn't try to push the envelope regarding him being non-traditional. That would have really pushed your cousin's buttons. Not your fault your cousin is immortally uptight. But please don't go after his girlfriend. She's innocent and doesn't deserve to be caught in the crossfire. Just stick to the person that is doing the insult themselves. And OP
Mm,
responded, the worst part is that I'm probably one of the most the most
the
one of
moth.
the no, I got a
She's one
list
of
or
the
something.
moths.
I'm one of the
She's a
most
moth. She's a moth. Okay, go ahead.
I'm one I'm one of the most empathetic people in the family towards his girlfriend. She is older and not conventionally attractive. The amount of stuff my family talked behind her back was gross, and I stood up for her and got at least my immediate family to stop commenting on her appearance, on her appearance. My cousin doesn't know this because my defense of hers wasn't conditional, nor did I want it to hold over his head.
So your girlfriend could get it too, basically.
So what I'm hearing is
Your girlfriend
I
could get
sat
it too.
there and defended your girlfriend when everybody else was saying, yo, that looks like a man.
Right.
And I sat there and I was like, let's not talk about her. She not in the room. She can defend herself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not speak on other people's likes, yada yada yada.
And here
I brought
you
my man here
go.
and here you go. Are you sure he likes
Roly poly
females?
oly coming in here talking about mine.
Roll it,
So
roll it,
guess what? Your
roll
girlfriend
it,
could
roll
get
it.
it too.
Trying to call my man bent
Mm-hmm.
when everybody else knows that your girlfriend look like a boy. And
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to ask me if my boyfriend, you might have a crush, you might be bent yourself, you know?
Yep.
That's not
That's
traditional,
the
that's
Trini
gay.
coming out of her.
That's not traditional, that is gay.
That's her Trini side.
I don't think she's dateable at all. I would have did the same thing.
Me too,
I would have
period.
did the same thing. I would have sat there and I would be like, let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Hey,
what's the scene in that
what's tea,
are you
sir? What's
what's the
tea?
scene, oh my god, where she's like, are you gay? How you gonna ask me a question like that? How you gonna be married to a woman and let a man bend you over? Oh, so you do the bending.
You
That's
do
what
the
that would have
bending.
been like.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's giving you gay. You so worried about my man when
Mm-hmm.
that's your girl. That's your
Mm-hmm.
girl. Ain't that your friend?
Exactly. The
I
hate be hating. Mm.
turned
Anything
all the way.
else? All right. Well, all right, guys. Now, all right, guys. So it looks like we are at the end of our second episode. Woohoo! We made it! We made it. We did it. Anyways, if you guys like our episodes and would like to hear some more, please, please, please subscribe, like, and share. Tell somebody that's going to tell somebody that's going to tell somebody about our podcast. And that was all for the Family Unplugged with Jazz.
And Vanna,
All right.
see you on the other
Bye. See
side.
you on the other side.